Hello, my name is Sumi Sarkar and I'll be presenting Driver Project 3 demo for our group number 22. So starting with the breadboard, we have our 3 push buttons and our LED light. Push button 1 is connected to port A, RA2, push button 2 is connected to port B, RB4, and push button 3 is connected to port A, RA4, and our LED is connected to port B, RB8. And now, starting with our first push button, once we press it, it should toggle the LED on and off for 0.25 seconds on and 0.25 seconds off. And it should also display that I've pressed PB1, and when I let go, it should say no PBs pressed. And moving on to the next one, this one should toggle the LED on and off for 2 seconds on, 2 seconds off. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And here it should say again, PB2 is pressed and no PB is pressed when I let go. And then the third one should be 4-second intervals. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. And let go, and it should say PB3 is pressed and no PB is pressed. And now if I press 2 at the same time, or 3, it should toggle the LED on permanently until I release. So here 1 and 2. And here, let go, we have PB1 and 2 pressed and no PBs pressed. And now if you do 2 and 3, and then we got 2 and 3, and let go, no PBs pressed. And then if you do 1 and 3, and then 1 and 3 right there, and let go. And then all 3 together, on, and all PBs pressed together, let go, PBs pressed there. And when I don't press anything, it remains off. So now moving on to the code. So for main.c, we basically declared our global variables for our flags for the C and interrupts, for handling the conditions of what buttons pressed and when. And then we have our timer 2 configuration here, which is mainly for our debounce delay, and our timer 3 configuration, which is mainly for our intervals for the push button 1, push button 2, and push button 3 for like 0.25 second intervals, the 2 second intervals, and the 4 second intervals. This is the timer that will be handling those delays. And here we have our change notification configuration for the interrupts. And then here we have our infinite loop where it idles most of the time until this event is 1. Whenever it's 1, then it's going to go into debounce delay and an IO check. So if we go down here for our ISR, our change notification interrupt ISR, we have all of our flags set to 0 at first. And then to avoid polling, we decided to check the push button values within the interrupt ISR. And then whenever it notices one of these conditions are true, it's going to set that flag as 1. And then if we move on to io.h, this is where we initialize again. We have our external global variables, and then we initialize our registers, the input GPIOs and output GPIOs, and our LED output. And here, this is where we check based on our input, like if it's 1 for this from our main, then it'll go through this condition, it'll toggle the light on and off, it'll handle the delay, and if you have like multiple, it'll also turn on the timer so that we have our customized timer for timer 2. And also for our time delay.c, we have our debounce delay, which basically gives us a 50 millisecond delay with 195 cycles to allow multiple buttons to be read as 1, and basically waits for a few moments to get a validated answer for a button press. And then here is where we handle our switch case for our delays for like our 0.25 seconds, our 2 seconds, and 4 seconds. We just use our calculations and converted them into the cycles, and we basically delay that in the iOS here. And we did that for all the types of button presses, for each singular ones, multiple, and the triple one, and also when it's not pressed. And yeah, that's about it for my presentation for this demo. Thank you for watching.